Hello everyone, Saucercats here. I'm revisiting this mission briefing of Turbine Carbine because I initially stated that it's important to use the right tool for the job, and my initial tool choice was the Weaponized Tampa, and it is a good vehicle, but it has some deficiencies, and I found a better vehicle for this mission, so I'm going to walk through that, as well as a different strategy for the endpoint. As I've stated recently in these mission briefings, the idea is to do a pre-wait idle period and then quickly complete the mission task. So we're going to go on that front, and the last mission had us do cleanup at the prison. The prison is located here, and the parking lot here. And if you make your way there, not through that circuitous course, but by jumping off here, crossing over the freeway, entering here. Actually, you want to go in here and trigger the enemies, then go in here to the parking lot and hang out. The police and prison authorities will gun down the lost who come to attack you, and you can easily dispatch them there. But we won't be doing that this time because that's an added delay. It's a delay that we'd like to avoid. Okay, so this is the second part that is different. We're using the half track here. We used the Weaponized Tampa before, and I'll have you note that we made a note of parking below, right about here, lining up our targets and then firing with the machine guns, and that works very well. We didn't get closer because bringing it in closer with that weapon activated will cause these enemies to attack and fire on you. But as you can see, they do not attack and fire on you, even when you get really close and do this kind of thing. They just don't. I mean, just because you can get close doesn't mean you should. They will run up to you, and the half track has a limitation that if they get too close to you, it's actually quite difficult to shoot them. So we're going to make her get in the back here. Reluctantly, she's going to get back there. As you can see, even when I train the weapon on these guys, they don't go aggro. They stay there. And so you can dispatch them at your will. As I said, you can get really close to them. I wouldn't advise it. This is about the best distance you want to get. And I'm going to go quiet on the comms just so I dispatch all these enemies. But you can see that it has a little bit of more exactness with the cannon than you would get with the Weaponized Tampa. So while that guy is getting up, I'm going to clear that. It's very annoying. Is he dead? Nope, that got him. Can't tell if there's still one guy. Usually there's one guy over there. I don't know if I got them all. Let's just do a... usually what I do here is just take the half track and just make sure... Oh, sorry, I just wanted to show one other strategy that you may... pretend they're all still alive here, and you come in rolling in with the half track as driver. One strategy, if you're worried about blowing up the van, is to just come in like this You can also do this with the APC, although I would recommend doing it backwards. And so you just push it out of the way. Once that's out of the way, you'd get in. You could even turn the half track around if you're worried about getting fire here. Okay? And then you could shoot them this way. And then you could blow up their cars, etc. It doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm just going to collect their ammo. I know it seems ridiculous, but I find it very satisfying to pick up their weapons and know that they are now mine. I have added them to my collection, as well as her pocket cash. Alright, so we're going to do, as I said, something a little bit different here. We're going to just go straight to the end. The risk level does go up slightly. As I've mentioned previously, you can use the X button to duck inside the cab to reduce the chance you're going to get shot. And also, just a note that going this way does cause more enemies to spawn on motorcycle. I found that the enemies spawn it's a much more aggressive spawn rate than when you go to the prison. I don't know why I'm going this way. This is the first time I've gone this way near the train tracks. It's a funny thing about playing live is it's always a little bit different than you anticipate. Alright, so this is the road that you're usually going to end up on. As you can see, here comes our enemies. Don't assume that everyone on a motorcycle is your enemy. As you can see, that guy is just a local, enjoying a two-wheeled excursion. This is their last best effort, and it's not going to be enough. As you can see, it's a miserable attempt at trying to stop me, and they usually just, they don't follow you past the train tracks, except for once. It happened once. These guys followed me on motorcycle all the way up to this point. This is normal pedestrian traffic. That's very normal behavior for them. Anyway, they followed me right up here and then all the way in here, and then a guy slammed on a motorcycle to the left just as I was pulling in. So they can be coaxed into following you all the way here, although it's super rare.
Go out and talk to that creepy friend of yours that doesn't speak.
I just want to say, on behalf of Trevor Phillips Industries, what a great job you've done.
You're the intern, Ron. Don't speak for my business.
All right, well, that's that. This is the update to Turbine Carbine. I think it's a more straightforward, easy, and quick approach. You're going to want to idle for that 16 minutes to get the max payout. And you can use a push strategy if you're worried about blowing up the van, as a reminder. And don't worry about them turning on you as long as you just like stay calm. You could drive right up on them, and they won't. You know, they will just stand there. It's quite nice in the half track. There may be other vehicles that act like that, but just remember with the Weaponized Tampa, when you have that machine gun readied, they will turn on you. And it's not just in that mission, you know, if you're parked by the side of the road in that Weaponized Tampa, you have that machine gun as the readied item. You may have people who get ticked off, just pedestrian traffic, civilian traffic, who come out of their car and go aggressive on you. So if you do have that weapon readied and you're just parking your car, you might want to get off the road. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this mission briefing update for Turbine Carbine. And I hope we've answered the question, why Turbine Carbine? Thanks. See you next time.